Let's look at this story now. So it's been a year since the death of the 21 young people that died at the Enyobeni Tavern Tragedy. Following the death of these young people, many people raised concerns about, the sale of liquor to minors. The families of those young people are unhappy about the death report that was given to them. The community is holding a memorial service in remembrance of the young lives lost on that day. SABC News reporter Sidima Mfeku is at the Scenery Park Hall and joins us now. Sidima, good morning to you. Tell us what you are seeing there and what the family is saying, what the families are saying a year after the tragedy.
I think I'm losing there in sound, but we are at Scenery Park in East London, where the families and the community at large is about to celebrate the lives of the 21 young people who died at Enyobeni Tavern in 2022 on this particular date. When we were speaking to the families, they had, spoken to us and shared that, they are very concerned at how the death of these 21 young people has been looked at. They're saying that the report that was given by the Department of Health that these 21 young people died of asphyxiation is not accurate, and they're not accepting it, and they've been calling for an inquest to be open into the death of these 21 young people. We also do understand that the owners of the Enyobeni Tavern have been arrested, and they are undergoing trial as we speak on charges of selling alcohol to minors, as well as allowing underage patrons to come into Enyobeni Tavern, as well as their license has been suspended. And now we joined by Khululekile Ncandana, who is the father of one of the young people who died at the tavern, to get to tell us, about how does it feel. Thank you very much for your time. It's a year since the passing of the 21 young people, including your son. I guess you might be missing your son so much at this point. And looking back at your memories you've had with him, what are some of those very important memories that you think when you think back about your son?
Thank you very much. Good morning to yourself and the viewers as well. The memories that I have about my son is things that I used to share with him, the jokes and the laughs and the encouragement that I always gave him. I always give him encouragement of education, the importance of education, the importance of waiting for other things until he is in the right age, including because he has a younger brother. I will chat to them even to say when they become sexual active, they must let me know so that I can teach them as to how to do things in a correct way. So I miss him a lot.
And we understand that as the parents and the community, you had attempted to open an NPO that was set to educate young people about, the dangers of taking alcohol in and creating awareness about alcohol and substance abuse. How has that, process been going? Has the NPO been taken off the ground? Has there been any action in this regard?
As far as the NPO, we're still waiting. We've already submitted the documents for it to be registered, but apparently there were some missing documents that we had to resubmit. So as soon as everything's all well, the NPO will be opened. As you were saying that our main purpose for opening the NPO is for us, more especially as the parents of the children who died at Enyobeni, to make an awareness to the other children about the dangers of alcohol and any other substances, that they are so dangerous. I'm sure you've even seen in the news in the past week, there's been quite a lot of things that are going around to say that children are trying to do the pants down thing, of which we discourage that to the children, to say to them they need to stay away from such events because they are not helpful to them. Instead, they are danger to them and their future as well.
And we are gathered here, we're expecting to see members of the family, members of the community leaders, and maybe the councillor of this community. What is to be expected here? What is the purpose of this particular memorial service?
The purpose of this service is to commemorate our children. You must remember that today it is a year that this incident happened, because it happened on the 26th of June. Today it's a year that this incident happened. So we are here today to commemorate our children. We are here with the community, with the people who support us, and more especially the community of Scenery Park, the community of Duncan Village, the community of Beacon Bay, and the communities all around where our children came from. Those communities have been helping us. They've been supporting us quite tremendously.
And you've been very vocal about wanting the SAPS or investigations be done about the death of your children, and it's one would like to ask then, how do you feel about the processes that's taken to persecute the people that are responsible, as well as dealing with the death of your children from a law enforcement point of view?
Well, as I've said, that it's a year today, but it is disappointing to find out that still today the investigation, whenever the authorities talk about this, there's still investigation that is still going on. We don't know when will the investigation be finished, so we are still waiting. And we are worried because we think it's quite too long for this to take such a long time, and including the results that we were given. You must remember that we rejected those results from the very same onset, because there's nothing that we have on our hand which says what happened to our children. We were told those verbally, and the reason why we also reject that, they were also not sure about as to what happened there. So all we need from them, the authorities, is to come forward and tell us exactly what happened to our children. Because before we were we thought they were messing around. Really, they were messing around. What they gave us is not exactly what happened there. And we know what happened there. For them to say to us, all the children, alcohol was detected in their blood. But we know that not all children, alcohol was detected to them. So it is very strange for them to give us such an information, such a false information. It pains us. So we want truth, we want justice for our children, we want accountability. Someone has to be accountable for this.
And lastly, what message could you send to a young person that is from Scenery Park or any other township for that matter in East London or anywhere else around the country when it comes to substance abuse, engaging in those pens down parties and other parties as young people?
My message to them is to say, my children, as parents, we love you. We ask for you to stay away from alcohol and anything that is dangerous to yourselves. You need to focus on education so that you can have a better future, so that you can build a better South Africa for yourselves and for those coming behind you. So stay away from it. And we still hear that you are still busy wanting to do those pens down. Stay away from that. It's not good for you. It's not good for your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tata. That's Mr. Khululekile Ncandana, who is the father to one of those young people who died at Enyobeni on the 26th of June 2022, saying there that really they wish that younger people would learn from the incident that had happened at Enyobeni. And that message actually comes just a day after having heard that there were scores of younger people roaming the streets of East London, engaging in alcohol and having all sorts of fun under the name of Pens Down Party. And they are also calling for the authorities to look further into the deaths of the 21 young people. We do understand that about 17 of those 21 young people were actually teenagers and others were a little older. And yeah, that's where we have it for now, and we're going to be monitoring the process of this memorial service as the day progresses.
Sidima, Mfeku there, our reporter, bringing us the memorial service or remembrance that is being held by the families of the 21 young people who died at the